So this is the FastCAT system. I thought I'd show the new interface that's happened here. You'll see that there's the time between when the start beam was broken and the finish beam was broken. That's the top number. It shows how many miles per hour and how many points. By changing the size, it'll also change the number of points automatically calculated for you. For under 12-inch dogs, it's important. It readjusts the eye on the system, so you have to make sure if it is a small dog, you choose the under 12 inches. The other two don't really matter as far as it goes. It just will change the points in the system. There's a ready button down on the bottom left. If you press the ready button, you'll hear a sound come out of the timer poles, and that's saying that it's ready to record. Once they have broken the start beam and the finish beam, everything stays static. You can walk through it and nothing changes. You see the just little not alarm down there on the start. I'll come back and we'll see it running. I'm going to go up to the menu button in the upper left. I'm going to select View History, and you'll see that the timing is recorded. The last one that occurred is the last one on the list, the 976. So that's just a history in case you lose this screen. But if you're running, with the ready, then you probably shouldn't lose any information anyway. Now I'm going to go to debug next to show you what's happening. It's pretty small to read on this particular phone, but you'll see that for the four systems, the receivers and the transmitters, there's a number that is incrementing. Every 1 second, the timer pole sends in an I'm alive message, and it gets recorded here, gets bumped up each time. If you have to replace a timer, once they have been associated and they show up on this screen, you can do that and just press the Get Association button. That automatically goes out, gathers the information, and sends it back to your phone as to what is available. It was the first two timer gates that it sees that it will get. Now the next thing is the timers associated with the receiver and the transmitter are associated. Right now they're just running at random. If I wanted them to, I cared about it so that it looks well on the battery or something like that, then I press the Reset Timer Association button, the next one, and that will automatically go and turn off the transmitter, figure out which receiver didn't get a message, and will associate that way. So that's the debugging. If you're ever worried about is the system really up and running, this 1 second counter was a good choice to look at to make sure that things are up and working. So the last, I can show the About setting, just shows which one you're using. It'll tell you here the version that you're using in the build. And the last thing will go in here is to settings. As I mentioned before, right now it requires a ready to reset the system. Once the start and finish gate beams are broken, it's static. If you want to just be able to go all the time and not worry about waiting for that, though I wouldn't suggest that you can turn this require ready to reset off. The next thing, which is actually something new that I started here, is start gate is determined by either the first one that you cross or user selected. In this case, it's the one that the user has selected. And if I want to know which one that is, I can press the button Identify the Start Gate, and it will then go ahead and play a tune on one of the receivers, the one that is the start gate. If I don't like that, I swap them and go on, or I can just go back to whatever the first gate is you cross, that start, and called gate 1, and whatever the finish gate is the one that is not the start gate. That mode that works in the competitive timers in dog agility. So here we go at the very beginning. I'm going to press the ready button. You'll see it'll erase the information, and you can hear in the background that it's playing the song that it's ready to go. And now if I break the first beam, it starts it. I can, as the dog, I can run back through this all I want to. It doesn't change it because it started at the beginning. And now I'm going to break the finish beam. It breaks it. You'll see there, here's